considerable amount of people. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, um, we've been talking about. I've been going back and forth with a lot of people in the Discord. I mean, not in the Discord, in the comments. That the real reason that Snaps and Pop took out Famous is a hot video right now. I got a shitload of comments in that one. I tried to respond to most of them. Then we got these exclusive photos. I think it was some interesting things up in those exclusive photos. So we're going to talk about that. Make our quick predictions. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the potential betrayal of Marvin. Because I think Rock, I think I'm really leaning towards Rock going to do some snake shit to Marvin. It's very unfortunate, but I think that's coming. So, no, but to the topic that we on right now, we got the death of Famous. Um, According to what the show gave us, you know, more Snaps and Pop took him out because they were worried about things he could say that could trace back to them, right? But they didn't really get into detail of what those things could potentially be. Now, a lot of people got in my comments and were saying that it's it's just because he was best friends with Kanan that they were concerned about. Now, it could be some truth to that, but I absolutely believe that it's more to it than that. Hence why they're still trying to solve it in season 5. Like you got Jukebox on it. And then of course now Garcia is on the case, right? Because it's also linked to Howard. So I believe all of it is one and the same. And if you pay attention, if you can remember in season 4, I want to say it was the very first episode. Um, when Marvin was talking to Lou in the car. And um, Lou was saying Fame ain't no snitch, right? And Marvin responded something like, I don't know. They said Porter he something a certain amount of years or something thrown at you make you start talking because they said he started being chatty up in there. Now, my opinion, like I told y'all in the video, I don't believe he said anything that could potentially incriminate Kanan, but he may have been one of those type of situations where you're not trying to say anything to harm your family or someone you love, but you might say a little too much that you kind of do it you're unaware that you're damaging something by what you're saying. So I believe he starts talking on the Howard situation because, like I said, the feds were pushing Howard on him. They were even offering him a deal if he would talk about the Howard situation. Think about that. And people were trying to brush it off. It was just because Howard on the got him off with when he got caught with the money and stuff with Kanan. And I believe that's just what set it off to make them look his direction. But once he mentions, like I said, I think he's going to obliviously mention that Howard is potentially Kanan's dad. That's going to blow it all up. And those cops on the payroll, more than likely, they were able to obtain that information. Now, I would love to hear everyone's opinion on it because, like I said, I had a lot of comments on that. We don't have that many people in here right now.
But I think it's really pretty simple as far as the Famous deal. I think what's a little more where the real deal that needs to come out is all these paternity issues. who's Kanan's dad, who's is Def Con really Breeze's dad. Def Con would have been a teenager in his mid-teens, which we know that's possible. So that raised the question: well, was Snap's sister a grown woman? Snaps is old. He ain't, would he have a sister Raquel's age? I don't know, but see, that's when we start getting into a whole lot of stuff. You can't look at the actors and age the characters and all that kind of stuff. I get technical with it. But sure. I think Garcia could sniff out the same truth that Shannon Burke did. Because she was on it.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
She got to all of that. He could too. So then, okay, say he figures out the connection between Sean and Figueroa and Howard, because that was the last question. The last conversation we saw Famous. Last time we saw him, they was asking him about Malcolm Howard.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And that's when he started asking for a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because he knew Malcolm Howard was a cop. He had saw the MH on the paternity test. He didn't understand that. He questioned Kanan. MH, that's not DEF CON. But after that, we don't know what was said or what happened. No, it wasn't Garcia that asked him that question. It was Tanner.
Yeah, it was Tanner.
It was Tanner and Baptiste. And he started asking for a lawyer, and we didn't see Famous anymore. That was in 310, last episode of season 3. So it just comes down to what is Garcia going to find out, and how is Juke going to respond to that? That's really what the show is about, and that storyline is: are we going to find out, or is Juke going to find out the Snap and Pop was really behind Famous and Crystal? And how she responds to that.
She definitely will. And I've been saying it from the beginning, and I'm still going to hold on to that. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you had time to check out my latest video when I was breaking down the exclusive photo. But I think judging by the photos that we've seen, that's coming for this next episode, and we're going to get into that right after this topic. I think it proves that Garcia is going to get all that information, like what you just said, because what makes me think that the proof that that's going to happen is Captain Baptiste is back.
Yeah, he is in a photo. I was like, damn, if he came back, he must have found something out.
Exactly. He must have found out something related to Howard.
Yeah.
Because there's no other reason they'll be bringing him back, in my opinion.
No, I hadn't seen your video or the photo.
Well, you're going to see it in a few minutes when I bring him all up. But yeah. He's
in
the next episode.
You think I am on track, man?
Absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,